you know, assuming I can't, that's what it looks like now. And that's, of course, the worst case scenario. So as we move around the vehicle, it's got some scratches on the hubcaps here, which is, you know, consistent with parallel parking. 2 of the 4 tires have excellent tread like new, and 2 have a little bit less. So before you take it home, we're going to make sure that like this tire and the other one with a little less is replaced with as close to, if not a matching tire to the other 2. Treads will be the same, hopefully brands are as well, but it's very difficult to get stuff right now with all the shortages and stuff. So more on that when you come in to drive it. Not much to show here. There's a couple tiny little scratches here from, you know, a door opening into it. No dings or anything on that door. There was a scuff here that buffed out, and it left ever so slight of like an impression in the metal, so maybe they rubbed against something. Wouldn't want you to be surprised about that later, so doing my best to show you. Again, a few scratches on this hubcap, very minor on this one. The other 2 are perfect, other than a little bit of staining. There's a little bit of scuff right here on the bumper, very difficult to see. Little chip right here, which will get touched up. Little chip right here, which will get touched up, and a small scratch on the underside, kind of the underside. You can't see it if you're standing up, but you can if you squat down. That'll be touched up as well. A little bit of scuff from somebody setting something down on the top of the trunk here. On this side, we have a perfect hubcap, minus a little bit of staining, and there is a chip here, and a chip here. That's my pinky, so to give you an idea, next to my hand. Little chip here, a very kind of faint door ding here, and a little scuff somewhere in here, which I don't think the lighting is gonna let us see from somebody's door. Other than that, it's perfect. Inside is flawless. It's very easy to tell that this car wasn't even eaten in. It obviously wasn't smoked in, but I don't even believe these people had like coffee or, you know, a fast food meal in this car. It literally smells like a brand new Toyota still. The only negative thing in the front, there's a little bit of stain on the WeatherTech floor mat. And by the way, these are awesome. I have these in my Tundra that I use to go pick up cars that we buy all over the country and sometimes in other countries at the port. And I can get in my truck with muddy feet, take it out, hose it off, put it back in. There's no damage to the truck. So you're gonna love having these. The passenger seat there is perfect as well. Again, WeatherTech floor mat. Try to zoom out for you and show you the headliner, which is perfect. The back has a little discoloration here, so that'll need to be taken out if it can. If not, I'm not sure if you can see it, but ever so slight of like a ring, like maybe somebody set something wet here. Other than that, perfect. WeatherTech floor mats in the back as well. And I told you guys about a bonus feature, so to speak. This vehicle had ziebart rust protection. So typically we only buy cars substantially south of Rochester to get away from the salt, because, you know, we don't want to bring in rusty cars for you guys. This one is from south of Syracuse, but being that it's got the low miles and it's been zibarted, it's as good as a southern car. So what ziebart does, they drill a hole everywhere where they need to access the inside. So like this door, it won't rust on the bottom over the years because they filled it with this. It's like an oily, waxy substance that's kind of tacky, and they put this anywhere the car is vulnerable to rust, again, including like inside of doors and stuff. So I'm going to show you underneath the hood the areas that are very susceptible to rust, like the suspension. It's called a strut tower. This is where the spring at the front of the car sits, inside of here, and inside of here we've got all that protected down on the frame rails, electrical connections, and I'm going to show you guys. First I'll show you in the trunk, since we have to go back there anyways. Trunk is perfect. It looks like nothing's even been back there. Nice, huge trunk, by the way. Perfectly clean inside. Yeah, so underneath the vehicle, as you see, is very, very clean. That does not look like a 9-year-old car under there. And that has to do with that ziebart. So you might want to get in touch with them if you buy the car and see what you need to do to maintain it, if anything. We use Crown Rust Control in our family, and we do bring it to them every year, and it's about $150 for them to do their thing. So I'm going to zoom out for you. Tech in the car is pretty simple, which is relieving. It's got a gas mileage meter, which is really cool. So I'm going to reset that right before we go. And this needle, it doesn't fly all over the place like a lot of cars that have a gas mileage meter. It moves to where your average is. So if you leave that alone for 20,000 miles, it'll stay pretty steady. You got a backup camera, which is awesome. And it has nice stereo with an auxiliary in. Here we'll say audio So it's got Bluetooth audio, AM, FM, and I believe you can, you can use a USB drive if you want, and of course an aux. There's your USB port. That's more than just for charging. It'll actually pull MP3s off of a flash drive. So there's a charger for you there, and not a charger in here. I guess they moved it to here for this year. It's got, let's see, I believe a 6-speed. Yep, 6-speed automatic transmission with a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder with dual variable valve timing. So this car is exceptionally good on gas, and performance wise, I'm not gonna like get on it or anything, but as you can see, it doesn't, you know, lack at all for acceleration. So it has a very smooth ride, yet it handles very tight. Very, very good balance of sportiness and luxury, which Camry's kind of always been. More so sportiness in later years, but still rides like a Camry. Very, very nice. Zoom out for you here. So we're going about 60. I'm gonna take my hand off the wheel. It's a very windy day. As you can see, the leaves are blowing across the road, but it drives perfectly straight with no hand on the wheel, and I'm gonna attempt to get on the brakes really hard, which I am right now, and as you see, the vehicle doesn't pull. Which is awesome. It drives like a brand new car, and again, with only 35,990, probably 5 by now, miles on it. It pretty much is a brand new car. So anyways, I'm Drew. I hope this video helped. If you want to see the car, just reach out. You can do so through the website at www.pellacars.com, or feel free to call me directly. I'm at 585-771-0111, and thank you so much for your time. Bye-bye.